Okay, hello, and welcome back to, let me stop the music and turn on the game audio. Welcome back to another one of my streams. Welcome back to Scene Investigators. Very good game. Reasonable, what's it called? Reasonable deduction, I think they call it. So basically, having to answer a set amount of questions by going through all the information and stuff. So that is the nature of the game. We played it last week. Got through one or two scenarios, and then I'd recorded some beforehand, so we're kind of not touching them. We're leaving them alone. The ones that we did last time. If I load up my game.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So,
which case file would you like to tackle?
We were doing the 4th floor last time. Missing was separate. I was doing that as part of a recording, so I'll carry on with that at some point. So we were on the 4th floor, and we did the first 2 levels. If you remember, we did the break-in, which ended up being domestic related with an ex-husband who had a restraining order, broke in because he wanted to take the kids. Essentially, that was the summary of that. And then the dinner party was basically man and woman in a couple. They hosted a dinner party for someone's birthday, and the man ended up having an affair with one of the women that came to the dinner. Hi Mark, how's it going? Just doing a quick summary of the last stream, in case you hadn't seen it. Have you seen it? Or do you need the summary? But yeah, hope you're doing very well. But yeah, before the summary, basically, like I said, was missing. I've already done one or two scenes there as a YouTube video, as a recording, so I still need to edit that and get that up. But that is not related at all to the case file that we started on the live stream last week, which is the 4th floor. Completely different story. I think they're meant to be linked to each other, the first 2 scenes in this that we did. But the end of the last stream, that was it. So yeah, so in a brief summary, the break-in was a domestic related one where a husband who had a restraining order ended up breaking in, trying to take the kid, ended up dying, and the woman had shot him. And then the dinner party, which you'll recognize from the demo that I played ages and ages ago, was like husband and wife had a dinner party. The husband was actually having an affair with one of the guests up to that, and they tried to poison her. And that was the kind of the brief crux of the story. We've got one more now with this one, the celebration. That's the one we're going to jump into. But yeah, how have you been? How has your week been? Last couple of weeks been? How are we doing?
Loading complete. Good luck.
Thank you. I'll need it because I didn't guess them right first time. Thankfully, you can jump back in and try and work out what the answer is. So, the situation is as follows. A group of teenagers were brought in for questioning regarding a murder that took place at a party held at apartment 403. Some of their stories did not match up, and no one has admitted to anything. By carefully examining the details of the scene and reading their statements, can you piece together what happened at this party? Interesting. Okay. That is the mystery that we have. Don't know. Okay, there is audio. I was going to say, what the fuck's going on here? So we have documents that we can read straight away before we go into the scene. I'm wondering whether we do that first. Help build a picture of the what we're going to walk into, maybe. That is the scenario. Hoping for the rain to do it. Yeah, it's been quite nice weather here throughout the week, but then today, the first day where we were like, let's do some stuff outside, and then rain. So, I'll tell you what I have been playing. So Kate has just finished Paper Mario, the remake one on the Switch, and then I've been playing, I'd never played it before, Age of Empires 2 remastered on PC. So I've been HDMIing that to the TV in the living room, and Kate's been watching and helping out. What a fantastic game. I never played any of those games. I played Command & Conquer, like, back in the day, but I never played Age of Empires, so I've been having a lot of fun playing that. The campaigns are surprisingly very good because I thought it was mainly like skirmishes that you did. So that's what I've been doing today. While it's been raining, we thought, right, we're just going to have a lazy day. Okay, so interview of suspect. So, okay, so it's the police interviews. Cool. So, Kirsty, how many have we got? I'll scroll through them as we go. Okay, so hello, Ms. Carter. Can you please answer my question? Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question again? Did you go to see Brian on the 31st of May? No. Did you have any physical contact with him at all during this week? No. Interesting. So they must have DNA on him or something to ask that question. When was the last time you met or spoke with Brian? Maybe a week and a half ago? Are you aware that Mr. Brian Olsen is dead? What? Are you sure? He was killed last night in his apartment. Where were you on the night of the 31st of May? I was at home. Okay, so the murder happened on the 31st of May. That much we know. And we got Jack. So you're also in the band. Oh, so he was in the band. Yes, play the bass. I also play guitar, but I usually end up playing the bass. So how do you describe your relationship with Brian? Brian, honestly, he's more of Eric's friend than mine. Eric and I have known each other since elementary and have been tight since. Eric introduced me to Brian in high school and we started playing together. Can you go over your account of the incident? I was working for most of the day. I eventually left and I headed to Brian's place. I bumped into Grace at the lobby and we both went up together. I'm assuming that's not, no, that's Kirsty. What time did you arrive? Maybe 6:45. Do you recall seeing anyone right before entering the apartment? No. I mean, other than the guy at the front desk, all of us had something to drink, so some things might be unclear. I do remember Grace was being pretty obnoxious the whole night. Is that who you went out with? Yes. After I finished my drink, I left the apartment. Why did you leave? As I mentioned to the other officer, Brian was smoking heavily and I can't stand the smell of it. Where did you go? I went back home. Was anybody with you at the time? Anybody who could corroborate your story? No. Not even the man at the front desk? Look, this is getting annoying. I didn't do anything wrong. You got nothing on me. Just let me go. Okay, and then Lisa. I'm one of the tenants of the apartment. How close are you with your brother? Close enough. I mean, we don't talk about deep things or anything. He mostly keeps to himself. Are you aware of the allegations towards him? What allegations? Okay, let's change the topic. Out of all the attendees, has any of them shown any violent behaviours or tendencies? Pardon me. Violent? Not really. Well, actually, Andrew has been suspended a few times for getting into fights. Can you recall the last time he got into a fight? Last week, actually. He and this other guy were fighting over a girl. Wait, you guys don't actually think he did it, right? Do you usually lock the door for your room? Yeah, I like to keep my room private. Brian sometimes has friends over, so I lock it anytime I have to head out. You said you lost your key. I was coming back from a friend's house, and I must have accidentally left it there. Right, it's a lot of information, so I'm not memorizing all this. I was coming back from my friend's house, and I left it there. What time did you leave your friend's house? Around 6:30. So how did you get into the apartment? Well, it was already open. Most of them were already inside. Brian must have let them in. Brian arrived at 7. We have a spare key on the kitchen wall, but it was missing. Can you recall when you noticed the key was missing? I checked as soon as I came back, but it was gone. How'd you get into your room? Brian used his key set to let me in. Do you often have parties at your apartment? Yes, mostly for special occasions, but sometimes just to hang out. Is there often alcohol involved? Yes, Andrew usually buys the drink for us. Could you repeat what you told us? I was asleep. I woke up. It was dark. I went to the restroom, and that's when I saw him lying there in his room. I didn't know what to do. Then what happened? I panicked and screamed. Moments later, Andrew came running by, gave me a panic attack. Do you have any suspicions as to who his murderer could be? I don't know. I don't understand how this could happen. We're all really good friends. Crikey. There's 6 in total, I think. Can you please account for when you and the others arrived at the apartment? I arrived at the apartment around the same time as Lisa, and everyone was already there. Was it Lisa? Yeah, okay, so Lisa was there. But Lisa didn't mention coming with Andrew. But this guy, Andrew, arrived at the same time as her. I don't know when the others arrived. What happened after? I don't know, man. I thought you have all the answers. It's after midnight. I'm tired as hell. I gotta go soon. I was in the toilet puking for quite a bit, and then I woke up Eric. Where was Jack during this time? I don't know. None of us saw him for the rest of the night. You were the one who brought the drinks to the party, correct? Yes. You're not old enough to drink. How did you purchase them? Did you contaminate the drinks in any capacity? What? Of course I didn't contaminate the drinks. You do know that underage drinking or purchase of alcohol is a misdemeanor. Really? That's all you got? I thought you guys were trying to solve a murder. Get serious. It's a complete waste of time. None of my friends did what you're suggesting. Then you got Grace. Can you elaborate on your relationship with Brian? Been dating for about a year. Christy is 100% guilty here. That lying bitch has been trying to get in between Brian and I ever since we got together. She can't stomach that he chose me and not her. Interesting. Love triangle. I'm telling you, that girl's batshit psycho. That girl should be behind bars. I arrived at the apartment at the same time as Jack. Oh yeah, Jack did say that. We got out of the elevator just in time to see Christy, not Kirsty, leave the apartment and run off. Why the hell was she even there? Does she not even... Mrs. Burns, please focus. Are you sure you saw Miss Carter leave the apartment? What did Kirsty say? That she wasn't even there. Interesting. She's the only girl in this world that has dyed green hair and braids her hair like that, so that's why she thinks she was there, just because of the hair. After Andrew came with the drinks, we all started to play a drinking game. This went on... Oh, someone might have dressed like her and run out. No, because he wasn't dead at this point. This went on for most of the night, and I eventually knocked out. Can you recall if anybody passed out before you did? Sorry, I can't. I completely blacked out. I guess I must have drank a bit too much because the cops had arrived by the time I woke up. And then lastly, Eric. I know I was the fourth to arrive. Brian, Grace, and Jack were already there. I must have missed something because Grace's attitude was off the entire time. Maybe Grace and Brian had a fight. I was super glad when Lisa arrived. She always livens the mood. I think Andrew was the last to come. He's always late. We were all drinking. Grace usually doesn't drink that much, but that night she was chugging. Anything to note? I'm not sure how drunk I was, but I do remember Jack and Brian were arguing. Things got pretty heated, but Brian eventually got up and locked himself in his room. He called 911. He discovered the body and called law enforcement after 2 hours. Why did it take so long? Because Andrew was completely against it. Why? Something about Andre's drinking and getting him in more trouble than the rest of us? I see. Look, I know he's a little dumb at times, but trust me, he didn't do this. Error. Mic stopped working. What part of I don't remember much do you not understand? Please calm down. We just want to clarify certain details. Please tell us again. Like I said, I was drinking heavily that night. I must have passed out because the next moment I remember was Andrew waking me up by pouring water on my face. Lisa tells me that you had a pretty big argument with Brian last week. Want to tell me about it? Seriously, you guys are reaching. He was on my case about interrupting rehearsals with my mistakes. I've been busy recently, so I haven't had much time to practice, but come on, there's no way I'll kill him over something like that. I have my pride as a musician. I was going to show him up with my performance. Okay, so a lot of information. A lot of information. Okay, good. I was going to say, I need some sort of music going on. So, shall we see what questions they're going to ask of us? Who died? I feel like we know that. Who was the second last to arrive? Who is the owner of the blue sports bag? Who is the killer? Right, so that is what needs answering by the end of today. Blue sports bag. Interesting. Grease on the elbow. Mouthing off today. Okay, mouthing off today. Hey, I know we're becoming better friends than we have been. I just feel like I owe it to myself to get this out. Christy, I do have feelings for you, and I'm really nervous to tell you this. And by this, I'm not asking you to return these feelings, nor am I asking you to be anything more than you have been too. Okay, so someone who likes Christy. And I'm right in saying Christy is in the love triangle, right? Yes. Christy's in the love triangle with Brian and Grace. It's going to take a long time to remember. No, not that. Okay, and then we've got another person's bag. We've got someone who's diabetic. Or needs that for some reason. Noble's 2003 Summer School. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Carter, welcome to Noble's 2003 Summer School. Your student schedule for the Nobles Public High School 2003 Summer Academic Program can be found in your MPS portal account. Schedule includes the course name, numbered name, and teacher assignment. Once students have picked up their school package and submitted their summer pass form with school security, they will be ready to start. It offers students the options of earning credits and beginning the school year in line to graduate with their class. Closed are a summer school course list and a registration form. Whoa, that's too far. Blah, blah, blah. It starts on the June the 3rd and ends August 1st. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Andrew. Pretty indistinguishable, you know, uninspiring cup. Eric. Why are these clues? With the gold walls. A traffic cone, because of course. Of course there's a traffic cone. Some unknown games console here. What's going on here? What is that? Rad box. It's plugged into a PlayStation 1. With a GameCube underneath it. Okay. So we got some snacks. What else we got here? Can I interact with any of that? I cannot. Alright, I guess we'll move into the kitchen. Nothing there. Jack. Just going to help me work out who was actually here. Brian. Lisa. That's got liquid in it. Didn't look at these ones. Did these have liquid in it? Yes. And yes. Rhys. Who have we got then so far? Oh, tea. Red cups. I got 6 out of 6 red cups. Yeah, they certainly have. They certainly have. Now, living room / kitchen. There's still 2 clues to get. I've done a very cursory glance, but I didn't think I'd missed 2 things. But this did happen on my last stream. I had to go back afterwards and how to survive on your own for the son who avoided chores like the plague. Okay. There's some Pringles, but they are called Skippers. Brilliant. Wait. Okay, I was gonna say, let's close that. No, I can't close it. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, because the other levels, all the doors were shut and locked. I was like, this can't be it. They're out there. They certainly are. Last time the windows were a clue. Not now, though. One thing that is a bit odd, that the music will just like end on this game. And then you're left with nothing. Ah, there we go. You can actually click these things. Okay, so they're a sports person. They're the drummer. I think that's it then. Is that it? That was it for there. Okay. So we know that that bag does not belong to the guy who admitted that he's bass and sometimes plays guitar. So we'll leave the murder room till last, I think. I don't think there's going to be much in here. If anything. Kind of pointless having this as a room, to be honest. Okay. Okay. Community food drive and soup kitchen. Why is the music kind of cut off? It's almost, I should probably... It's a shame I don't have a copyright-free investigation music. You know? That would also play over the game. I don't think it would play over the game. Probably not. Copyright-free mystery. No. It would take too long. Okay. Regional match. Club photo day. Practice exams finals. Tennis club. Preparation day. Grandpa's birthday. That was May. And the last day of school is 2nd of June. So could it be Brian? If we're at Brian's place, the bag with the tennis stuff could be Brian's. And he's a tennis champion. So Lean in, but the laptop is pink. Group chat. Bracket scientists. Okay, never mind. Hey guys, even though school's over, do you guys still want to meet up and practice in the summer? I'm fine with meeting up, but my family and I are going to be out of town around the end of July. Kitty Lover 54. Anybody else? Grad party. Vader 217. As you all know, a few of us are going to be graduating. We're going to have a grad party at our place, 7 p.m. on Saturday. Let's go. Bring drinks. Why can't we just all go to the arcade? Arcade, really? I don't understand how you enjoy that boring place. And what, chugging a whole bottle of Cordia Light is fun for you? I think the arcade's fine. Chill, guys. Already made the preparations. I just want us to enjoy our last time as high schoolers here together. So this is Kitty Lover. Someone needs to watch over Eric. Make sure he doesn't drink so much. Okay, so it's a woman. Party pooper. You barfed all over the couch, you boozer. Take me a week to get rid of the smell. Okay, geez, I'll be more careful next time. Great, we'll see each other this coming Saturday then. If you have questions or concerns, message in the group chat. Hey, what time are we gathering again? Scroll up, you idiot. You already mentioned the time. And private chats. Zane. Since Christy is graduating this year, we'll need a new captain. I think you'd be a good fit. What do you think? I was hoping you'd be up for the task. Let's talk about this tomorrow at school. I gotta go soon. Okay. Talk to you later. Interesting. New captain. We don't have a captain of... Oh yeah, this is the sister's room. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Hey, have you heard from Christy? She hasn't been to school in a few days and she's not picking up. So this is the 30th of May. You haven't heard? Cassie told me she was sexually assaulted by someone. The fuck? Please tell me they caught this motherfucker. Easy there, cowboy. It's just a rumor and the school hasn't said anything yet. Hopefully it's nothing. Don't know if you've heard, but word's going around that Christy was sexually assaulted by someone at school. She hasn't been to school in a few days. What? You better not be joking. What's the school doing about it? They haven't issued any statement yet. Hopefully it's nothing. Ooh, this is very nice. You know how she is. She's such a drama queen. You're lucky you have your brother. What's that supposed to mean? He's a big guy. Even guys are intimidated by him. The perfect creep deterrent. Guess who I saw trying to walk home with Christy today? That'll be Brian. You're definitely overreacting. Aha, so this will be Grace, right? Lillian87 will be Grace, I think. Because she hates Christy. He's 100% into Christy. I bet you that's the only reason he joined the tennis club. Interesting. Haha, if it is, thank God he did. He's one of our best players. He's going to have a tough time getting through her brothers. I know all of them. They're all pretty nice guys. Trying to work this out now. So if this is Grace, jealous of Christy, then I bet that's the only reason Brian joined the tennis club. Thank God he did. Is it Brian that's dead? I thought this apartment was Brian and his sister. Yeah, Brian Olsen. Was that bag potentially not Brian's then, no? Okay. Blenties. Home's a mystery. Can't open that. Yeah, hairdryer. So yeah, everything's telling me that this is a girl's room. And we've got all three things. But the boys were in the band. So is that going to be Brian's bag? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. And then this will be Brian's room. Damn, how'd he die? Spare set of keys. Okay. Another bit of keys there. What was he printing? The School District of Queens. Notice of suspension for Brian. On May the 28th. Because of sexual harassment of another student. Interesting. So on May the 26th, the student reported that Brian Olsen had sexually assaulted her. These are serious allegations, so the school contacted law enforcement and an investigation will be conducted. We ask that all parties involved keep this to themselves until the investigation is concluded. The parents of both parties have been notified. Conference has been scheduled for the purpose of reinstallment and or recommendation of the student for further disciplinary action on May the 30th. And today's May the 30th. No? And the murder was May the 31st. Pardon me. Student must return to school with a parent and guardian. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? And those are the original keys. Check there's nothing hidden. Oh, what was that clue there? House keys, spare keys, oh, body outline. Yeah. What's that? Shut up. Not another... The other one was a fucking bullet. There's no mark, like a bullet hole. Okay. Night of Rock application forms. The group band name is the Dead Ironclad Killers. And it's Brian contacting. That's his address, his number, his email. The band members' names and ages. It's Brian, Eric, Andrew, Jack. List all instruments and equipment you'll be bringing. You must include deposit, signatures, music sheets of all songs that your band intends to play. Okay. Group chat. Rad Pie. So he is Vader. And that's the same chat, right? Yeah. And then he's got his band one. Hey guys, we need to practice this week. Can we meet this Tuesday? Sorry, no can do. I have a track meet on Tuesday. I have a race coming up real soon. I can't do Tuesday either. I agreed to help my dad at his store. Seems that most of us can't make a lecture schedule. What about Thursday? Thursday's fine. I'm good for Thursday. Same here. Cool. Private chats. Jester. Dude, you can't just bail. I'm really sorry something came up. We can't practice without a drummer. You're the only one who knows how to play the drums. Do you know how important this gig is? Interesting. Okay, so that's a big clue for the drumsticks in the bag. I faxed you something. Did you get it? Hey, babe, what am I looking at? This just came in today. Keep this between us, please. I don't want anyone else to know about this. Is this true? Ah, so that's Grace. Is this true? Of course not. You think I'd be sharing this if it was true? I bet you a million it was Christy. I was thinking the same. Can you talk to her? I swear I'm going to kill her next time I see her. Calm down. Don't make this worse than it is. Just talk to her. Only she can make this go away. I might have to... write down who some of these usernames are, because I feel like it's quite important to match up who's who. Whom is whom. I'm not sure though, so... I mean, Gracie... That's quite self-explanatory, it's Grace. Let's go through all of them, I guess. Can you come over to my place this Saturday? I want to go over bass arrangements for the new song. I'll come over after 5 if that's cool. I'll be at my dad's store till then. That reminds me, do you think your dad would be willing to be a sponsor for our next gig? I can ask. Sweet, let me know what he says. Is that everything in here? Yes. Damn, so in theory, I've got enough to bloody solve the case. Bit mad. So... where was it that... Jester, hey, have you heard about Christy? She hasn't been in school for a few days. Please tell me they call this motherfucker. No, not that one. Not that. Lillian. Guess who I saw trying to walk home with Christy today? Girl, I'm telling you, he's 100% into Christy. I bet you that's the only reason he joined the tennis club. It is, thank God he did. He's one of our best players. Gonna have a tough time getting through her brothers. Okay, I don't actually know what to write down. And I guess we have to revisit these statements. So Christy just denied being there. Goes against what Grace says, because Grace says Kirsty is guilty. I arrived at the apartment same time as Jack. We got out the elevator just in time to see Christy leave the apartment and run off. Why the hell was she even there? Does she not even Are you sure you saw her leave the apartment? She's the only girl that has dyed green hair and braids her hair like that. After Andrew came with the drinks, we all started to play a drinking game. This went on for most of the night, and I eventually knocked out. Is that all the clues? Yeah, 6, 6, 7, and 3. Wow. A lot of this game is guesswork. They're not wrong. It does say... There is a guy, then, that plays tennis and is the drummer. And it's not Brian. So it has to be Eric, Andrew, or Jack. So let's have a look at the statements to see if we can get any evidence from them. Eric, Andrew, or Jack. So let's do Jack. Jack plays bass. He also plays guitar, but usually ends up playing bass. So he does not play drums. Which would mean it's either Andrew or Eric. Andrew or Eric. So let's go to Andrew. Blah, blah, blah. He was puking. Then he woke up Eric. Where was Jack? He bought the booze. Nothing really. And then Eric. Grace doesn't usually drink that much, but that night she was chugging. Called 911. Andrew was against it initially. Okay, you guys are reaching. He was on my case about interrupting rehearsals with my mistakes. I've been busy recently, so I haven't had much time to practice. Has he been busy? Because he's been working at his dad's shop. So it is Gamer Boy Jack. Not Jack, Eric. Sorry. Maybe. I don't know what that proves, but just trying to name people. The actual questions I need to answer are: who died? Who was the second last to arrive? Who's the owner of the blue sports bag? And who's the killer? God, it's not easy, is it? Okay, I think the arcade is fine. This game by the bassist. Vader is Brian. And then Kitty Lover is Brian's sister, but we don't actually know what her name is. No, it's Brian's sister. Is Gamer by the bassist? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think... Oh, God. I think so, because... No. Gamer Boy is not the bassist. Jack is. Jack is the bassist. Because of the beginning of the statement, no? Play the bass. I also play guitar, but I usually end up playing the bass. Brian, honestly, he's more of Eric's friend than mine. I need to work out who's the drummer. Eric and I have known each other since elementary and have been tight since. Eric introduced me to Brian in high school. I saw the guy at front desk. All of us had a drink. When did you leave? Why did you leave? Brian was smoking heavily and I can't stand the smell. And then he got arsey when he said the man at front desk didn't see him. It did, didn't it? Yeah, it was this one. Can you come over my place? So, Gamer Boy. Oh, I see. Oh, so I got that wrong then. So Gamer Boy is not Eric. Gamer Boy. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so by that logic, Gamer Boy is Jack. Okay, so the basis Gamer Boy is Jack. Yeah. I'll be at my dad's store till then. Is your dad willing to be a sponsor? I can ask. Sweet, let me know what he says. Cool. Let me know Grace is Grace. Jester. Ah, so it's this one. That Jester is the one that's been busy loads, right? Eric. What was the thing about fighting because he's not? Ooh, but that does say I think Andrew was the last time. He's always late for everything. Where's the one about arguing? Oh, sorry, yeah. You guys are reaching. He was on my case about interrupting rehearsals and my mistakes. We've been busy, so I haven't had much time to practice. So who's that out of these two? You can't just bail. I'm really sorry something came up. You can't practice without the drummer, and you're the only one who knows how to play the drums. Do we reckon that's Eric because of interrupting rehearsals with my mistakes? I've been busy recently, so I haven't had much time to practice. But it's stretching, isn't it? But I think this game does say that you have to kind of use your own reasoning a lot of the time, your own guesswork. But Eric, is that enough to say that he's the drummer? When was that? That was the 29th of May. Jester 578. Is there any more messages from him? So, I'm good for Thursday. Let's go. I'm bringing drinks. So if Jester is the one bringing drinks, then Jester is the one who has the ID. Which is Andrew. You were the one who brought the drinks to the party. He must be the only one that can supply them. Jester. I'm gonna go with that. Eric's the drummer. Who did he write the love note to? True. Oh no, not that. Where's the note? Is it in the bag? .108. Why is there a 108 at the top there? Have any of them got that on their game, on their handle? Loads of them have numbers. No. Oh, but yeah, before I go to that, I think Jester is Andrew. Which really would make the bag belong to Andrew. Maybe it is a beats per minute thing. Yeah, true. Yeah, hey, I know we're becoming better friends than we have been. I just feel like I owe it to myself to get this out. Christy, I do have feelings for you, and I'm really nervous to tell you this. By this, I'm not asking you to return these feelings, nor am I asking you to be anything more than you have been to. I mean, he doesn't say anything about Christy in his statement. We're saying that it's an... Oh, we're saying Eric's the drummer, sorry. Getting mixed up now. He also doesn't say anything about Christy. Yes, Andrew... Yeah, I'm going to say Andrew is the one that does the drinks because he's the one that said, I'll bring the booze. And again, they're referencing it here. And he even admitted in an interview that he gets the drinks. Something about Andre's drinking and him getting in more trouble than the rest of us. That's a bit sus that he didn't want them to call for 2 hours. Andrew's waking me up by pouring water on my face. Where did you fall asleep? Where did you fall asleep? Because there's no water here. And this is someone else's bag, wasn't it? Did I read that? Yes, I did. I don't even know who that's for. And that was... No one's referenced the EpiPen, right? Back. This is not easy, is it? I want to say the drummer. This one's baffling me more than the other ones were. I need to know who's the drummer. There is an inhaler in there as well. Someone referenced needing an inhaler. The drummer. Eric. At the moment, I'll put Eric. Notes are not. But yeah. Now I've got the drummer and the bassist. And then... What did Brian play? I think Brian played guitar as well, didn't he? He's got an amp. I'm assuming he's going to... But there's no... Oh, then there's guitar here. Okay. The drummer... I don't know why any of them are there, to be honest, because there's no question about whose bag is that. That could be anyone's bag. I mean, to be fair, like the other scenes, I did guess 4 answers, and then I got most of them wrong, and then I jumped back in to, like, work it out. And then when even if I could guess the answer right but didn't know, I looked up a guide, which kind of helps explain it. I might have to do that at some point. I mean, who was the second last to arrive? That's mad. Who died? Well, Brian. Who's the killer? I'm wondering whether there's a massive hunch. Grace. She only thinks Christy was there because she saw what she thinks was a girl run out of the property with dyed green hair and braids. Now, either Christy did kill him, because now we know that he was under investigation for sexual assault. And the parents of both parties have been notified. He then shared this with someone. He shared it with his missus, didn't he? With Grace. And then the girls also spoke about it. Well, I think Brian's under investigation for assaulting Christy. Christy, you mean? Yeah, I'm with you. So, yeah, I don't even think so. Stab in the dark. Because this is Brian's room, and he is under investigation. Brian Olsen, there. Oh, let me fucking... There, Brian Olsen, student name. He is under investigation, and he's been suspended for sexual harassment. So, he... Then in the girls' group chat, you've got... And she's graduating, she's leaving this year. But yeah, have you heard from her? No. But the sister knows. You haven't heard? Casey told me that she was sexually assaulted by someone. Cassie told me that Kirsty, was sexually assaulted by someone. She's the one with the green hair. Now, the sister doesn't really believe it's happened, does she? Because she said she's such a good drama queen. So I don't know if that's her standing up for her brother. Or whether she even knows. I don't think she even knows that her brother's being investigated. Because this is the 29th at 20 to 6. She's like surprised, and then oh yeah, the next day, then she's like, hopefully it's nothing. Oh no, 29th, she's like, hopefully it's nothing. You're lucky you have your brother. What's that supposed to mean? He's a big guy, even guys are intimidated by him. The perfect creep deterrent. Well, this was earlier in the week. Guess who I saw walking home with Christy? I'm telling you, he's 100% into Christy. I bet you that's the only reason he joined the tennis club. So would that would be the drummer? No? No. Drummer's got the tennis rackets in his bag, though. Yeah, because then in the same bag, there's a love note. If he is, thank God he did. He's one of our best players. He's going to have a tough time getting through her brothers. I know all of them. They're pretty nice guys. Okay, so... And I've put the drummer as Eric. So, yes, it makes sense that Eric is liking Christy. So I'm wondering whether, like, would Eric have been involved? Would Christy have told Eric she got sexually assaulted? What's Eric's statement? No, Eric was here. I know I was the 4th to arrive, so we also need to now work out who was there. Work out who was the 2nd last to come. What a stupid question. I know I was the 4th to arrive. Brian, Grace. Oh, music's come back on. Brian, who's obviously here already. Grace, his girlfriend. And Jack, who I've got as Gamer Boy. Who is... Yeah, so Brian is more Eric's friend than mine. I was working for most of the day. I eventually left it and I headed to Brian's place. I bumped into Grace at the lobby and we both went up together. Around 6:45. Okay. So Jack, yeah, Grace and Brian. That makes sense then. So that fits. Because Grace and Jack are both saying they met each other at the lobby. Maybe the drummer killed Brian. That's what I'm thinking. So the drummer is the one that wrote the love note to Christy, and Christy's the one that potentially got sexually assaulted by Brian. So I'm wondering whether, yeah, he did it. But now I just need to look into their story. So Grace's attitude was off the entire time. And then she was drinking. So why was she drinking loads? Is it because she got told by Brian that Brian's under investigation? Is she then drinking because she probably thinks it's true? That was on the 28th. I'm going to kill her next time I see her. Calm down, don't make this worse than it is. Just talk to her. Only she can make this go away. Weird. I'm fine. Ooh, do we reckon? Lisa. I'm one of the tenants of the apartment. Oh, so... Okay, right. So we do have a name for the sisters. Lisa. That's Kitty Lover. We don't talk about deep things. Are you aware of the allegations? What allegations? Okay, let's change the topic. One, out of all the attendees, has any of them shown any violent behaviours? Andrew has been suspended a few times for getting into fights. And I've got Andrew who has nothing. Can you recall the last time he got into a fight? Last week, he and this other guy were fighting over a girl. Wait, you guys don't actually think he did it, right? Who's he fight? What girl's he fighting over then? Do you usually lock the door? I like to keep my room private. Brian has friends over, so I lock it. You said you lost your key. I was coming back from a friend's house and I must have accidentally left it there. What time did you leave your friend's house? Around 6:30. So how did you get into the apartment? It was already open. Most of them were already inside. Brian must have let them in. You arrived at 7. Keep a spare key on the kitchen wall. Someone must have taken it. I reckon the killer took it. Can you recall exactly when you noticed the spare key went missing? Well, you know the killer did take it because the spare key is in Brian's door. Okay. How'd you get into your room? Brian used his key. Yeah, so I think while everyone was still alive, that key has been taken by the killer, and the killer was going to use that to get in. They've let themselves in. Do you often have parties, most special occasions? Alcohol's involved? Yes, because Andrew buys the drinks. I was asleep. I woke up, it was dark. I went to the restroom, and that's when I saw him lying there in his room. Panicked and screamed. Moments later, Andrew came running by, gave me a panic attack. Oh, so Brian is her brother. So Brian is her brother. Brian's dead. So let me go back to the documents. Not that one, sorry. So where is it? Yeah. Are you aware that Mr. Brian Olsen is dead? So this is Brian Olsen's room. And this is his sister, Lisa. Yeah. Yeah, so you got Brian Olsen's room. Lisa Olsen, the sister. Brian is dead. Why did Lisa mention Andrew fighting? I think it's just because the police asked, out of all the people who came for the party, have any of them shown any violent behaviours? Whether there's something more to it, I don't know. Yeah, Andrew suspended for getting into fights. Can you recall the last time we got into a fight last week? He and this other guy were fighting over a girl. Fighting over a girl. I mean, the only clue I would have is this one? No. This one. No. No. No, never mind. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. Sounds like Lisa. What's the question? Who was the second last to arrive? Are we going to say the last person to arrive was the killer? Then by that logic, I would agree with you that Lisa was probably the last person to come to the apartment because all the other people were at the party. But then, yeah, the last person would have been the killer. Let themselves in with the spare key that was missing. Killed, ran away. Also suspicious is Lisa saying that when she found the body, and it was at night time, I panicked and screamed. Moments later, Andrew came running by. Oh, you think Andrew was last? Because who else says about Andrew? Eric. Aha, so yeah, so it says in the report that you, Eric, discovered the body. Why did it take you so long? Andrew was completely against it, and why was he against calling the authorities? Something about underage drinking and him getting in more trouble than the rest of us. See, I know he's a little dumb at times, but trust me, he didn't do this. I was drinking heavily that night. I must have passed out because the next thing I remember, Andrew was waking me up by pouring water on my face. Okay, and we also think Andrew did it. I mean, it's pointing towards Andrew. I arrived at the apartment around the same time as Lisa. Okay, yeah, cool. And everybody was already there. So I don't know when the others arrived. But then Lisa is saying that she was coming back from a friend's house. It was already open. Most of them were already inside. Brian must have let them in. You arrived at 7. Doesn't say anything about like, oh yeah, and I saw Andrew. Oh, no. She just says about the alcohol. Ah, no. And then she just says about Andrew waking up. So it's interesting that Andrew says, yeah, I got there the same sort of time as Lisa. Because Lisa says about them drinking. Oh no, that's just in general that Andrew buys the alcohol. Andrew brought the drinks. He could have put something in the drinks to knock them out and then finish Brian. Yeah. True. So we're thinking he just arrived last. Well, should we give it a go? Because I don't want to be on it all night long. Are we happy with them? I think Eric is the drummer. Let's just lock that. Let's just try that. Let's just try it. Out of the 4. You happy with those? Who died? Brian. Who was the second last to arrive? Lisa, if we're saying Andrew was the last one to arrive. Who was the owner? And I think Andrew must have arrived pocketing the spare key to then later use. The only thing I'd be unsure of is if they're all at a party, why would Andrew need to use this spare key to get in to kill him? Unless we're saying that Brian, when he came to bed, locked his door. That's the only thing I'm a bit... Because the alternative could have been Andrew, hear me out. Andrew drugged them, like you said, he spiked them. Christy. Oh, because let's not forget. Yeah, so let me keep saying this and I'll show you. And then Christy has the spare keys, who's not invited to the party. She comes later when Andrew texts her saying, yeah, it's done, because why would Andrew want to kill him? Christy would want to do it, right? So Christy can come in. The door, I don't know why Brian's door would be locked, but then maybe Christy comes in, because don't forget Grace's statement. Grace arrived the same time as Jack. Are you sure you saw Christy, who's the girl who got sexually assaulted? Oh, he does lock himself in. Okay, cool. But yeah, they asked Grace, are you sure you saw Christy leave the apartment? 100%. She's the only girl in this world that has dyed green hair and braids her hair like that. Andrew came with the drinks. We started playing a drinking game. This went on for most of the night, and she got knocked out. A lot of people, like you said, are just passing out. Can you recall if anybody passed out before you? I'm sorry, I can't. I completely blacked out. I guess I must have drank a bit too much. She's saying that Christy was there. So, with that in mind, are we counting her as who was the second last to arrive? Are we saying that Christy is the last to arrive to kill? So it would be Andrew? Who's the killer? Christy? Maybe that. Do we submit that and see what that's like? I'm hopeful for at least 2 out of the 4. Because then I think we could probably swap a couple names about. Okay. Come on. Got a very, very bad... Okay. So, we got the easiest answer right. Who died? And we already knew that because it was in the statement. Okay. Okay. So, no, it's not Andrew. It's not Eric's bag. Let's revisit that scenario, please. No, no, I need your help.
Loading complete.
Definitely need your help. We gotta gotta bounce ideas off each other. The game even said when I first loaded it up to start the game, or in the Steam page, it says it's best to be played with people or with someone to bounce ideas off. And at least we get the music back. So, fucking hell. We know it's Brian that died. Who is the owner of this bastard bag? So I don't have to get all the clues again, don't worry. I do process of elimination because in the band it's only Brian, Eric, Andrew, and Jack. So, Eric, Andrew, and Jack. Okay, hang on. I've put the bassist as Jack. I put Eric as the drummer. We can't practice without a drummer, and you're the only one who knows. Okay, something came up. You're the only one who knows how to play the drums. Do you know how important this gig is? I'm going to do a bit of a stab in the dark now, because I don't want to like spend the exact same amount of time on each one, but honestly, the fact that something came up, I'm going to try and see if that's the one that goes on about working for his dad at the shop that's always busy, you know? That one. Someone needs to watch over Eric, make sure he doesn't drink so much. Party pooper. No. Someone has a track meet on Tuesday. I have a race coming up real soon. I can't do Tuesday either. I agreed to help my dad at the stall. Well, that's Gamer Boy, who I put as Jack. Maybe it's Jack. And if I guess answer's right that we don't understand why, I will read through the guide. Who's the second last to arrive? I thought Christy would have come in and done the deed. It's not as if Andrew would have killed and then run away dressed as Christy, because why would he want someone to see Christy's description if he loves Christy? Oh, hang on. Are we stupid? Why? If we're happy that Andrew is involved because he's the one that wrote on the back of the page, then obviously this is Andrew's bag, because that has the love note. Is that Andrew? Okay, yeah, I was stupid for the bag. Okay, but he's not the second last to arrive. But yeah, that's obviously his bag. So I think we're right in saying that he is involved with Christy.
Loading complete. Good luck.
Although, the fact that there is a half-written note, kind of like, I finally want to give my feelings. He's not going to be in on it with her then, is he? Because he's not even given her that note. So he's not the killer, because if he was planned with Christy to like be an accomplice to the murder and they're, you know, a thing, he's not even finished writing his love note yet. I do have feelings for you, and I'm really nervous to tell you. So he's not told her. So I don't think he's aware. So he's not the second last to arrive, and he's not the murderer. But then neither is Christy. Because Christy is who I put first time, right? And that was wrong. So, pardon me, who was the second last to arrive? Who have I put in there? I put Lisa. No, I put Lisa and I put Andrew, I think. I can't quite remember. Who was the second last to arrive? Right, let's quickly just go through the beginning bits of all the statements. So Christy, this is the murderer. Did you go see Brian? No. Do you have any physical contact with him? No. When was the last time you met or spoke with him? A week and a half ago. Are you aware that he's dead? What? Are you sure? He was killed last night. What were you doing? I was at home. That's all we've got about Christy, the green-haired girl. Then you got Jack. Plays the bass. But yeah, now the only answer I need to know is order of people and then the killer. I guess I think we're just going to have to guess the killer. So, working for most of the day, I eventually left and I headed to Brian's place. I bumped into Grace at the lobby and we both went up together. I think those, so that'll be 1 and 2. So we're not counting Brian. That is 1 and 2. What time did you arrive? Yeah. Did you see anyone right before entering? No. All of us had some drinks, so some things might be unclear. I do remember Grace was being pretty obnoxious the whole night. After I finished my drink, I left the apartment. I didn't spot this. Why did you leave? Brian was smoking heavily and I can't stand the smell of it. So we went home. Ooh. That throws some sus on Jack that he might have the spare key then and he's let himself in. Jack might be the killer. At that point, it's just Jack and Grace were the first two to get there. Lisa was probably the last one to get there. Andrew arrived at the same time as Lisa. Everybody was already there. So I don't know when the others arrived. And then you have Grace, obviously went with Thingy. And he says that. She says that, sorry. After Andrew came with the drink. I think she says that now. Oh yeah, I arrived at the same time as Jack. We got out of the elevator just in time. To see Christy leave the apartment and run off. Right, okay, so I thought that was right at the end for some reason. I'm not reading it right. So when Grace and Jack... Jack? Yeah. When Grace and Jack first get to the party's not even started yet. Christy's gone. And she knows it is Christy just because of the dyed hair and the braids. Christy was there. Interesting. Why was she there? She blanked out. So we've got potentially Christy first. So Brian lives there. So Brian's always there. Christy arrived and left, and then Grace and Jack came together. I was the fourth to arrive. I mean, would you... So they're counting Brian. Brian, Grace, Jack. But he was actually the fifth to arrive if we count Kirsty. So he's the fifth to arrive. And her attitude was off the entire time. Maybe they had a fight. But I was so... Ah, okay. I was super glad when Lisa arrived. I think Andrew was the last to come. He's always late for everything. So Lisa then. But I think I put Lisa before and it was wrong. I'm going to put Jack. Let me try that. Interesting. Right. Right. Let me get my Steam page up. Okay. Right. Interesting. Interesting. Why did Jack do it? Well, my friend, I'm going to tell you that now. I'm going to load up a guide. That will reveal all. Where is it? Okay. So that's the answer that we probably want to learn the most, right? Okay. For anyone who didn't notice, Jack's interview states he finished his drink and then left. Meanwhile, his actual drink... Is it easier to... I just want to read at you, if I can show you it. See if I can share my screen. Display capture? Whoa. Okay, ignore that. Hang on. Oh, now it's gone. What about there? You see that? Scroll in. Hopefully you can see that. Or is it quite blurry? Awesome. Okay, so we'll read through it together. So, Jack says that he finished his drink and then left. Meanwhile, his actual drink on the kitchen counter, is mostly full. Yeah. Eric's interview also states that Jack and Brian argued about something before Brian locked himself in his room. Considering Jack's the only person who clearly lied, you can point to him as the killer. The game accepts first name inputs, so you could just stop there, but this is supposed to be us establishing logic, not just catching a line and jumping on it. So let's go back to the opportunity, means, and motive discussion we used for room 2. Opportunity. The keys in the door of Brian's room are the spares. Yeah, we know that the keys went missing. The only people who would have had the opportunity to steal them would be the people who were there before Lisa. Grace, Jack, Brian, and Eric. For means, if you found the shell on the floor, which we did, we know a gun was used. Whoever did this likely brought a gun from home, as we don't have any evidence pointing to a gun being kept in the house. So whoever did this premeditated the murder. We could already suspect this because they stole the keys before alcohol arrived with Andrew, but bringing a gun is proof positive. For motive, we only know Jack and Brian had an argument. Jack doesn't appear to have any surface level ties to the sexual assault, and whoever did this premeditated the murder. So Andrew just liked Christy and had nothing to do with it. Even if Jack just carries a gun wherever he goes, he would have had to steal the keys. Motive. Most people will assume this has to do with the only thing we knew Brian did, the sexual assault. Pardon me, and I will admit that's a good place to start. There are actually a few ways to do this. Let's reference the backpack. There's an asthma allergy attack kit and a note about summer school. Whoever owned the backpack was not going to graduate this year. Let's talk ages. Oh, if we look at the band application slip, we can see that Brian, Eric, and Andrew are 18 and Jack is 17. We can also tell Lisa is at most 17, as they're considering making her the new captain. It means we have everyone but Grace accounted for, but we know Grace's last name from her interview. She's Grace Burns. The person who owns the backpack is Jack. Full name is Jack Carter, and if you read Kirsty's interview, her full name is Christy Carter. He's her brother. Okay, Jack is one of Christie's brothers we mentioned previously, and even if he was having second thoughts, he arrived with Grace and saw Christie leaving the apartment. We know nobody was in the apartment at that time except for Brian. Yeah, at this point, it's very safe to say Jack committed to his plan at this point if he didn't already. He stole the keys, waited until everyone was asleep, broke into Brian's room with the spare keys, shot him once in the chest, and left. He most likely was in a daze after committing murder, resulting in him forgetting his backpack and the state of his beer cup as he left the door open. I realised I needed to test and make 100% sure that you couldn't just put in Jack's first name before I posted this. Turns out you can. I just thought we needed full names for every name we could find, and this is the first case where that came back to bite me. Oh, well. Okay. I understand. Let me bin this and stop your Inception screen. All right. Done with that whole case file now. Post case material? Excuse me? What is this? Who's Brenda Peterson? Yeah, same. That shows how in-depth this game is. October 12th, 2003. Brenda Peterson. I am writing to provide a medical update on Brenda Peterson, a patient who presented herself at our clinic earlier today. Miss Peterson's face exhibited severe bruising and significant damage, indicating a traumatic incident. Notably, this marks the second time she has sought medical attention for similar injuries within the past month. Oh, this is the first. This is the first one. The domestic. Wait, during her previous visit, it was reported that Miss Peterson had fallen down the stairs, but the nature and extent of her injuries on both occasions raised concerns about the consistency of these explanations. Upon examination, it became evident that Miss Peterson required immediate attention to manage the pain and discomfort resulting from her injuries. Consequently, we have prescribed a stronger dose of painkillers to provide more effective relief. Given the pattern observed in her medical history, it is imperative to consider alternative explanations for her injuries and to ensure that appropriate measures are taken to address any potential risks to her well-being. In light of these concerns, we strongly recommend a comprehensive assessment of Miss Peterson's situation involving collaboration with relevant agencies such as social services and law enforcement. This approach aims to ensure her safety, address any potential underlying issues contributing to her injuries, and prevent further harm. Please feel free to contact our office if you have any additional questions. What is this then? Is this the next case? Oh, right. So this is for each one. Okay, so case one was the... Was it the domestic related one? No, it wasn't, was it? It was, fucking hell, I can't remember now. Peterson. No, it wasn't domestic related. I'm getting it mixed up with the one I recorded for a YouTube video and the one I live streamed last week. Anyway, this one was the dinner. Diary entry 1. Today was an unexpected turn of events. I met Ronnie for the first time at the coffee shop where I work. His warm smile and the way his eyes lit up when he ordered his usual black coffee caught me off guard. We chatted briefly and I couldn't help but feel a spark. Okay, so this is the dinner party one where the guy has an affair. And Carol was the mistress. So he's obviously, that is his name actually, Ronnie, yeah. Diary entry 2. Ronnie took, so this is just to give a bit of context, I guess, around the incident. Ronnie took me out for the first time tonight. We went to this cozy little bistro downtown. Was that the Valentine's Day one? The conversation flowed effortlessly and I found myself getting lost in his stories. He has this magnetic charm that's hard to resist. It felt like the world disappeared and it was just the two of us. Ronnie and I went on another date and I was pleasantly surprised by how well it went. We went to this cute little Italian restaurant that he discovered and the food was amazing. As we talked, I found myself more and more drawn to him. Personality and humour made me feel at ease and we were able to have genuine conversations about our interests and life experiences. It's been a long time since I've felt such a strong connection with someone. I'm excited to see where this could lead, but I also know that it's important to take things slow and enjoy the moments we share. For now, I'm just looking forward to getting to know Ronnie even more. Ronnie is married. I stumbled upon his wedding ring accidentally and my heart sank. How did I not see this coming? The guilt is eating at me, but at the same time, I can't ignore the feelings that have developed. What have I got myself into? Ronnie confided in me today about the problems in his marriage. He shared the struggles and the growing distance between him and his spouse. I found myself torn between sympathy and guilt. Never intended to become entangled in someone else's marital issues. I'm left questioning the path I've chosen. Ronnie dropped a bombshell on me today. He's contemplating getting a divorce. My emotions are all over the place. Part of me is hopeful, but another part is filled with uncertainty. Can he really leave his marriage for me? Is this just wishful thinking? I need to tread carefully. I just found out I'm pregnant. And I believe that is probably where the murder happened. So now this one? is for the one that we just saw. Yes. City in shock, promising teenager's life cut short in party shooting incident. What began as a bond forged in the hallways and classrooms has ended in heartbreak and sorrow. Authorities are still investigating the incident, but it's been reported that allegations against Mr. Olson may have been exaggerated. As the story continues to unfold, the question of misguided information and its implications is brought to the forefront. As we grapple with the harsh reality of this situation, it becomes paramount for us to reflect on the moral implications of sharing false information. In an age where information can spread like wildfire, we must recognize the profound impact that our words can have on the lives of others. This heartbreaking incident serves as a somber reminder that the choices we make, the words we utter, and the information we share can carry profound consequences. It is our collective responsibility to exercise caution, empathy, and integrity in our interactions, understanding that the power of our words can either build bridges or lead to irreparable damage. In the face of this tragedy, let's take a moment to mourn the loss of a young man. May this be a reminder to reflect on the importance of honesty, compassion, and the profound impact our actions can have on the lives of those around us. May we strive for a world where trust is upheld and where the weight of truth prevails over the darkness that falsehood can cast upon us all. So how did they know she was lying? It must have come out that it was absolute bollocks. Oh. Oh. If you were granted the power to pardon one of the perpetrators, who would you choose? Bonus question, ungraded. The first one. Need to. Let me just remind myself now. Hang on. The first one is. Okay, so the first one. Yeah, it was a domestic violence one where an ex-husband who had a restraining order basically broke into the apartment to try and take one of their kids. The mum was at the property and shot him. I think. Yes. So that was the first one. So the perpetrator, restraining order, not a nice guy, came in to potentially take the kids. I don't know what he was looking for. He was rifling through documents. Shot. Second one, dinner party. Carol. This is the one with the affair. No, don't click any yet. Hang on. Carol murdered the wife by blah blah blah. Hang on. Yeah, something to do with the medication. She slipped medication into the alcohol. So I think that's the perpetrator for the second one, and then the third one we've obviously just seen. It was a brother. The brother who thought that this guy had sexually assaulted his sister, but then it came out to be not true. So are we meant to pick him as the perpetrator to forgive? It was premeditated, but he went there with a gun. I'd be inclined not to save the first guy, the husband that broke into the apartment. Even the second woman. What do you reckon? I mean, I'm giving you very brief descriptions on the first two. You only know this third one. Based on what you've heard, would you be pardoning one of the other perpetrators? Or would you be leaning towards this brother who thought his sister got sexually assaulted by this guy? That might be one of the more relatable ones, I guess, for people to sympathize with. Not murdering him, but fucking hell. I'd say maybe this one. Thank you. What do you mean, thank you for your submission? What do you mean? Okay, I got a grade A, obviously, because I went back and corrected them all. I'm not just going to accept a below par answer. Ready to continue? Okay.
Which case file would you like to tackle?
I mean, I guess we could probably do one of the time was it? Am I going to get another one done by 8 o'clock? That's my only concern. And they're 2 stars as well. There are 3 cases in there as well.
Loading complete. Good luck.
No. Oh, there's only 1 here. Hang on. No, I'm not ready. No. Oh, sorry, don't worry. It asked me which perpetrator out of the 3 scenarios that I've just done would I pardon. And so I chose that last one. Because the other 2 were a bit more grim. No, get out of here. I thought it was going to be 3 levels again.
Which case file would you like to tackle?
Because I've started this one. I don't want to then just jump straight into one. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it there, I think. So the next stream, I'm going to do Bloodbath, which is 2 stars, and that's just all 1 level. Or then, hopefully, I will do the other 2 scenarios in a YouTube video for that. So then that'll free whatever this bonus one is for the next stream. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Shorter streams, these ones, but... Yeah, I agree that one was a bit like, oh, it was not good, but... You can understand it in a way. More so than the other ones, they were just evil. But... Yeah. I really like this game. It's just nice. I mean, it's like Golden Idol. I do like games that you know, you've really got to work out and talk through stuff with. I just wish there was more of them, basically. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Could be back next weekend, potentially. I think so. Then we'll get that next scene done. Now I'll have to start looking at ideas for what the next game will be. But yeah, hopefully there's a couple of streams left of this one. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice rest of your Saturday. Enjoy watching the football. I'll be watching the 8 o'clock one. Yeah, no, thanks for coming along. Thanks for everyone watching live. And if you're watching it after the fact, then I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you guessed right at all, whether you did better than I did at that point. But yeah, fun game. Let me know how you find it, and I shall see you all. We'll get more videos next week, and I will see you in the next live stream. So thanks a lot for watching. Take care.